Hi, spark plug changeout is past due in this 2012 Honda Pilot 3.5 liter. So we're going to start by taking this engine cover off with a flat blade screwdriver, twist them 90 degrees and pull it off. And then we'll find the spark plugs. And there you can see the 3 radiator side coil packs. To unplug these, get your fingernail in there, up near where the wire comes in, push down on the little locking tab and it'll pull off. 10 millimeter. And it's just a lightly torqued acorn nut holding down this coil pack. That's just an acorn nut. Okay, just a matter then of getting a hold of the coil pack and pulling it out off the spark plug. And the coil pack's pretty easy to take out. 5/8" spark plug socket, 6" extension. And these plugs I found pretty difficult to break. I suspect they've been in there a long time. Hopefully not original, because this car has 130,000 miles on it, but I've only owned it for 2 years. But I'm giving these really small arcs here, and I'm supporting it on the bottom here. The last thing in the world we want is that thing just break off. And you need a 6", but on the way out with the extra length from the spark plug, you have to kind of angle it to the side to get it out. And that is the original equipment type NGK spark plug, which is what we're going to put in there as a replacement. No instruction sheet on installation, just a pictorial diagram here. Turn them in by hand at first. I don't know what that middle section means. If anybody knows, let me know. That it's 1/16 1/4". The other two just tell you that you don't have to adjust the gap and don't use them in aircraft. So I'm putting on some never sees now. You turn it in by hand as far as you can before you start using a ratchet. If you're not using a torque wrench, just don't go bananas on it. Okay, we're set here for 13 foot-pounds. There it is. No torque at all on that. And the rest of them are going to be just pretty much the same old here. I'm just going to whip through these really quick. Spend a little bit of time showing a couple differences in a few places here that might help you out. And on this right cylinder on the radiator side, I slipped in the socket first and then the extension. There just wasn't room in there due to a couple of kind of tight quarters. And here it is, that hard to find view of the firewall side bank. The deal here is you're just going to have to do it by feel. One little tip in the back. I find it somewhat helpful if you get a screwdriver. Push this in and then with the other hand, pull the connector out. For that I was struggling a little bit to get that done. And you can rest your tummy up against the car here so you're not straining your back. The acorn nut out. Out comes number one. More interesting back here. Huh. I've got a 6-inch. So what I'm using on the back here, I've got a 3-inch wobble because I'm finding my regular into another 3-inch. So I'm finding my regular one. I'm hitting up against these AC steel lines where they go into the evaporator. And now I made it. So now I'll just get in there and knock that out. So it's just kind of like this. I'm doing a very small arc at a time. And there the beast is. Okay, we're just turning in the new plug as far as we can by hand. Remember to anti-seize it. We couldn't get a torque wrench back there, so I just tighten this one up by hand, just the old-fashioned way. You know, don't overdo it, don't go nuts. This one on the right rear, I had a really hard time unplugging. I kept working at it, and I finally got it with my fingers. Sometimes I don't think the release, it has to be pushed way, way in on this one, it looks like. It's kind of staying down, the part that hooks over the knob on there. Everything is just kind of cramped over here. Okay, we got the acorn nut loose. There's some coolant lines. There's a vacuum line. This thing's in the way. I don't know what it was about this one. It made it so hard. Okay, let's bring our rig back here. Okay, we got it in there. And now we'll just crank it out. And now we're installing the new plug, trying to get the right angle for insertion. Okay, it's not working that way. Bring it up this way. Universal law of mechanical work. There's always got to be a tough one. There it is. Okay, it's got to go between this pipe. Wow. There. There's two pipes in here and there's a 90-degree turn. Let's get it started. So I did manage to get a torque wrench in here on this driver's side one. Also on the middle one. Not a big deal, but if you're fussy like me, go for it. There it is. Okay, this little rig served me well. Came out every time. The wobble helps. Okay, it's got to come up like that. Find the hole. Flip it down. Tighten the acorn. Plug it in. There it is. Give it a good pull, make sure it's in there. Okay, thanks for hanging in there and watching this whole thing, especially the frustrating end. And please subscribe. I'm going to be doing more of this kind of thing.